Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm actually just going to sit here and just quickly kind of create my spread for the coming week. Today is Sunday, June 9th, so I am going to start my new week on Monday, June 10th. And I've really been enjoying creating these bullet journal videos lately. Today is just going to be focused here, nothing on my face like my other two previous ones. But for the new monthly plan with me, I will have the dual camera again. For today, it's just easiest for me to just do the single view. So that's what we're working with today. I have a scratch on my hand because Mew decided to scratch me earlier today. Oh well, that's what you get for hanging out with cats. So we're just going to go ahead and get started, and I'm going to show you... I'm drinking this, by the way, so if you hear that sound, that's what's going on. Hi Tifa. Tifa just came in here already. So I'm planning for this to be a realistic plan with me while I just sit here and go over a weekly spread. And I'm also going to do something new this week. I'm going to do a last week's review and this week's goals pages. I learned these, I kind of learned this from my Wordsworth planner. And remember you guys, I am doing a giveaway of a Wordsworth planner. This one right here, I still haven't even opened it. There I am. Hi, look at those glasses. Big old dork here. Anyway, I am doing a giveaway of this Wordsworth planner, so if you have not entered, please do so as soon as you can because the giveaway will be wrapping up this week. I will be giving away this planner to somebody this week. So my video will be linked in the cards up above if you want to go enter. I swear, every time I try to make my cursive look fancy, it turns out looking ridiculous. Oh well. We're going to... That looks so terrible. Anyway. Maybe if I highlight it with a different color, it'll look better. This week was a pretty crazy week. I'll tell you what. I'm also going to be using these printables. These printables are by Abiding Kelsey Lee. You can get these by becoming a patron of hers. These are from last year, but I love them and I haven't used them yet, so I'm going to go ahead and use them. So much happened this week that I feel is totally out of my control, but is, you know, really bothering me too. So the first big thing that happened, well, I mean last week. I don't know if I said that just now. The first big thing that happened last week that was really concerning and super stressful is that a dog that Greg and I were pet sitting escaped from her backyard while we weren't there. So she ended up digging a hole under the fence and getting out. And she's a super skittish dog, really sweet when you get to know her, but she totally does not trust strangers at all. And the neighbors said that they saw her running around all day. She had been out for hours and hours. Tifa. Anyway, so I guess the neighbors had seen her out. Like, everybody knew that she was out and that she was loose, but nobody could catch her. You know, nobody could do anything about it. And then Greg and I get there, and by the time we get there, she's been loose for, 9 hours or something at that point. And we drove around for 4 hours looking for her, and she's a black dog, and we drove around until it was literally pitch black outside and we couldn't see anything, and then with like super heavy hearts, we had to go home. And what we ended up doing was we put out a bunch of food and water for her. Tifa is just going crazy. We put out a bunch of food and water for her, and we left the back gate open because she does have a doggy door so she could get back in the house. And we were we were truly heartbroken that night. You know, she's not our dog, but we really, really care about all of the animals that we look after, and we were so sad. And we ended up going back the next morning, and by some miracle, she had come home and she was in the house. And I was so thankful that we left the door open for her because she was in the house. She had injuries on her paws and on her shoulders. Like, she had had a crazy night, but she was home safe. And we're so grateful for that. But I'll tell you what, it was it was so stressful, feeling like, this dog dug her way out while we weren't here. There was nothing we could do about it. We drove for hours and hours looking for her, and it was just a horrible feeling. And we were so glad that she was okay. But that's one of those feelings where it's like, you're like exhausted from being so stressed out. We barely slept that night. It was terrible. And thankfully, like, the owners even got an early flight to come home when we, because we were like on the phone with them the whole night, giving them constant updates. They knew exactly what was happening. But that was just the first of many events to transpire last week. So that happened. And then on top of that, I had been working with a client on a project, and this was a project totally outside of like, my YouTube world and my like writing and editing. Like, it had nothing to do with that. It was totally a freelance, like outside of my author stuff here. But I was working with this client, and I was doing freelance for her, and I ended up accepting this job of hers for way, way, way less money than I should have. And I worked so hard for her, and I ended up not doing the job to her specifications. And I understand, like, I made some mistakes, and I was happy to admit that I made those mistakes. And I would have been happy to fix them if I could have. But this woman was so angry at me. Like, she was so angry that she was being mean in the messages that we were exchanging with one another, to the point where I was so stressed out because I hate confrontation. I am not a confrontational person in the least. I really don't like it. Anyway, this woman was so upset with me that, here's the thing, I knew the mistake that I had made, and it was 100% fixable. I could have fixed it. It would have taken me some time, but I was happy to do so. However, this woman was so angry and being so like disrespectful and belittling me so much that I honestly was like, nope, I am not going to help her. I'm like, I can't do it. So what I ended up doing was canceling our contract. She got all of her money back, and I ended up blocking her because I was so afraid of her messaging me and being even angrier after I had canceled the project, that I essentially ran away from it and I avoided it. And this is something that I talked to my counselor about, and he helped me kind of work through it because it bothered me for days. Like, I couldn't sleep for days. Well, I could sleep, but I kept waking up thinking of this woman for some reason, and thinking of this job that I returned her money, no harm done, but I was so upset about it. And I talked to my counselor about it and about, why was this bothering me so much? And his feedback was that instead of using my voice to be assertive but kind, like to be assertive and to say what you feel and to be direct, but to be compassionate as well. That's like something we're working on because I'm not very good at that. Tifa, like, I am a very compassionate and caring, loving person, but I'm not good at conflict. So I'm not very good at being direct, and I am avoidant. I really try to avoid situations where I feel like there might be conflict. Down here, so I've put accomplishments, struggles, and then down here I'm gonna say lessons learned, because I always think I should take a hard experience and turn it into a good one, right? But anyway, from this experience with this woman, I learned that being avoidant and running away made me feel worse, because it was kind of like there was no closure with us, because I just got I got fed up with being talked to the way she was talking to me. And I was tired of feeling like I couldn't do good enough. And I was scared. Honestly, I was scared. Like, she made me scared to log in to the platform I was using, to talk to her. I was afraid to log on to my messages because I don't like when people are angry at me. And I think a lot of us can connect with that. But I learned that avoiding situations is going to make me feel worse. So even if it's scary to confront something head on, it's probably really important that I do so because it'll make me feel better than just running away from it. Oh my gosh. See this piece of tape with that black on it? I literally just ripped that black paint off my little table right here. Man. Oh well. Just happens, I suppose. Just gonna wrap it up like this and just kind of flick it away. Now it's gone. Okay. So one of my accomplishments this week was, well, actually I went to a concert with my family last night, and I was kind of nervous for it. Oh, hang on one second. Greg is calling me. One moment. Okay, I just got off the phone with Greg. He is doing an overnight pet care or pet sitting visit tonight. But anyway, my accomplishments this week. I went to the Garth Brooks concert with my family last night, and that was something that I was pretty anxious over. Honestly, I'm not much of a party person. I don't really drink. I don't enjoy large groups of people or crowds or super loud music. So I was nervous going, but I do like Garth Brooks' music and I did have a good time. So I do feel like that's an accomplishment. And then I also finished up my work training for my new job. That's a big accomplishment. So hopefully I'll be able to talk to my mentor this coming week and officially get on the rotation for work with this new company. Something else that I accomplished was I had a kind of a live chat with Sarah Cannon the other day. She's one of my favorite creators here on AuthorTube. She has an amazing YouTube channel called Heart Breathings. I'm going to go ahead and link it in the cards up above if you want to go ahead and check her out. But we just wanted to have some coffee and, you know, kind of chat with each other. It seemed like we had a lot in common, and I'm glad that we ended up sitting down and talking. We talked for almost 2.5 hours, and I had a really, really good time. But of course, you know, I do have social anxiety. I am very much an introvert, so I was a bit nervous leading up to that. But once we started talking, I just totally relaxed, and it was really nice to be able to sit and talk with her. It's amazing how YouTube has both been able to help me stay within my shell by allowing me to create content in the comfort of my own home when nobody's around, but it also has helped me to step outside of my box a little bit and meet new people and do live streams like I do with Brooke and Mandy. And, you know, I've chatted with Sarah and I've chatted with Meg from iWriterly, and it's just really nice being able to kind of be comfortable while also stepping outside of my comfort zone and working on the things that scare me. So those are some of my accomplishments this week. It actually feels really nice, honestly, to write accomplishments down. This isn't something that I've ever done, I don't think. So I'm going to go ahead and put a sticker on those too. Maybe I'll put this little phone. I don't ever use old cute phones like this, but I did chat with Sarah, so I'm going to put it right here. I'm not very good at arranging stickers. Hopefully I'll get better the more I do this. There, that's cute. So there are some of my accomplishments for the week. Now some of my struggles for the week. One of my struggles was definitely dealing with my angry client. And again, I know that I could have handled myself much better in this situation. So my struggle was dealing with an angry client. And the lesson I feel I learned from that was, rather than avoiding difficult conversations, I will try to approach them with assertiveness and respect, because that is the new thing that I'm working on with my counselor, is learning how to use my voice in a way that's direct and clear while also being compassionate and respectful. Something else that has been bothering me this week is that one of my long-term pet sitting clients, one of the dogs that I've been taking care of for a long time, we found out he has cancer this week. And I'm pretty sad about it. So I was supposed to take care of him and his brother this week, and you've probably seen videos of this dog on my Instagram. He's the golden that likes to play fetch. So I don't know what's gonna happen, but he might not be there this week when I go. And I've been asked before about pet sitting and why I don't always like it and why I'm trying to get out of it, and this is one of those reasons. Because when you work with as many animals as I do, and you work with them as often as I do, you really fall in love with them. And I've had this happen before, and it's hard. It's really hard. Because I love Cabo, you know? I really care about him. So the lesson that I wrote down here in reflection is it's important to see the beauty in the mundane. Because we take a lot for granted, you know? A week and a half ago, I was just playing fetch with him, just sitting outside, you know, having a good time, and I had no idea that it might be the last, you know? Don't really know what I'm drawing here. I just thought I would draw a pretty flower or something for him. I'm kind of going off of this nice little thing that Kelsey Lee drew here, this little guy over here in the corner. I love her artwork. Hers is like such a cute little twig with like leaves on it, and mine looks like it came from like a dead tree in Sleepy Hollow or something. That's funny. So yeah, as I was saying before, one of the things that's very hard about pet sitting is that you fall in love with all the animals that you care for, and you know, if you do it long enough, you're gonna lose some clients, and it hurts every single time. There are at least 5 I can think of probably now that, you know, have passed away in the time that I've known them and been caring for them. I don't even know what the heck kind of flower this is, but it's looking kind of like, I don't know, not good. Not good, but oh well. You just do your best, okay? Just do your best to draw what you can. Oh, I watched the new Netflix movie called I Am Mother today, and it is so good. Like, it really made me think, and I love movies that make me think, and afterward I kind of sat there, like, going over and over what I thought it was trying to say and what it meant, because it doesn't really explain itself by the end, which isn't really a spoiler. So if you're somebody that likes movies that make you think and kind of question your ideas, why did I color that brown? Flowers are green. Their stems are green, and I colored it brown. Oh well, maybe I'll color all around it brown, kind of like this. Kind of like give it a background, you know? This is the thing about journals and planners and stuff, my friends. They don't have to be perfect. They just have to be something that you enjoy doing. Like, I really crave the creativity that my bullet journal gives me. I love just sitting down and doodling, and I mean, I don't doodle very often because it is hard sometimes when you're like, oh gosh, you know, my art doesn't look the way I want it to, blah, blah, blah. But it's pretty darn fun just being able to doodle and have a good time with it, you know? There's some flowers for Capo. Man. Okay. So I have my accomplishments, my struggles, and some lessons that I learned this week. I'm really happy with how this turned out. And now I'm going to do something totally new on this page. I'm going to do a daily doodles challenge. This is something I saw on a... Gosh, whose was it? Oh, I think it was like the Petite Planner or something. I saw something, I think it was her channel. She does a daily doodles thing every month, and her doodles have gotten so much better. So I'm going to try it, because I want to get better at doodling things. And I don't have to, like, do a whole, you know, picture. I just need to draw something, like those flowers. That would totally count. Alright, so that's going to be for my doodles. And then maybe I'll do, like, an outline or something. Make it kind of like a picture frame, I don't know. If you're looking for a cheap way to add color to your journal or your planner, I could not recommend these Crayola markers enough. Honestly, I think, look, I got those for $7. Do you see that? 7. Granted, I think these were mispriced. I think they were supposed to be like 13 or something. But $7 for 50 markers, and they're amazing. So if you don't have like hundreds of dollars to spend on Tombos, I hear Tombos are great. I've never used them because they're kind of, they're pretty damn expensive. So these are amazing, and you can get them almost anywhere. Highly recommend. All right, so weekly reflection and daily doodles, and now we can officially move on to my new week. But first, some more water. And what I'm actually going to do, I think, is use these printables that I made. And actually, I thought these were going to be for July. I mentioned these in my previous vlog, but these are not going to be for July anymore. If you guys want these, let me know and I'll put them on my Patreon. I ended up making Camp NaNoWriMo stickers / printables for July, so that's what I'll be using in July, and I'll show them to you in my Camp Nano plan with me. But if you want these on my Patreon, let me know. And they would just be under the $1 resources tier. I had my mom watch I Am Mother, and she literally just texted me and said, "That ended dumb." And also, look, screen time is limited. This is very good if you're somebody that struggles to get off the phone. I guess she didn't like how I Am Mother ended. Okay. June 10 through June 16. So it's pretty cool to like look back in my bullet journal and to see how far I've come. Because even from, this is only my second year doing bullet journaling, but even from last year to this year, I've seen a big improvement in like my art and, well, I don't draw very often. It's maybe not my art, but just like, I don't know, my ability to create things, I guess you could say. That is totally not going to fit. Oh well. I could trim it. Welcome to Bullet Journaling for Beginners, where somebody who's been doing it for 2 whole years almost still messes up all the time. Welcome. I hope you have a good time here, and maybe you'll learn what not to do. I'm glad I didn't print it on sticker paper because I would have been upset that it didn't turn out the way I wanted because things were too small and such. But I still have a lot to learn, that's for sure. I know that. Like, for example, why did I just cut this piece of tape so darn small? I have no idea. That does not help me. Because now I have to do another piece of tape because that one was so darn small. There. You can't even tell, right? So another thing that I've been thinking of this week that kind of goes back to my whole, like, ego on AuthorTube video is that it's been brought to my attention that videos are being reported now for harassment and cyberbullying. And if harassment and cyberbullying is going on, it should absolutely be reported. However, I feel like videos that are not bullying and are simply stating opinions are also being reported, and I find that troubling because to me that seems like a fear tactic almost, like using fear to frighten people into staying quiet, and I don't like that. So that's been on my mind a bit. How do I use these? It's weird. It's like I designed these for an Erin Condren or a Happy Planner or something, but I obviously don't have that. So I don't know what I was thinking. Oh well. But yeah, so that's kind of what I've been thinking. It's been on my mind. Just if you see cyberbullying and harassment going on, I definitely think it should be reported, but I also don't think we should try to frighten people into being silent, through use of the report function on YouTube, because that function should absolutely be used for the purpose that it is intended for, and not to just wipe out various, different opinions than your own. I'm really excited about the printable that I made for Camp NaNoWriMo, and I'll be showing that to you toward the end of June, and that one will definitely be on my Patreon, so I'm excited about that. But I have to fine-tune it, to make sure that it looks good for you guys. Oh, this would be a cute place for this sticker, wouldn't it? That would be pretty darn cute right there. I think I'm going to put it there. Where's my tape? Where did it go? Oh, so I'm in a camp for Camp, Nano. And I'm really excited because Kate Kavanaugh invited me into her cabin, And I have honestly really wanted to be in her cabin. Like, it seems like so many fun people are in that cabin, and I got invited to it. Woohoo! So I'm in that cabin for July. There are so many really awesome ideas flying around in there about like write-a-thons and live write-ins, and I think July is going to be absolutely amazing, and I hope I get a lot of work done because honestly, I have totally been struggling to get Pistol Daisy Book 2 finished. Maybe I should just tape this whole darn thing down for Sunday. I know that bullet journals and like planning and stuff can look super intimidating because some people like to make their, their journals and planners really, really complex. But you just do you. Whatever feels right. On the back of these little strawberries, I'm going to go like this. Flip my tape over like I learned how to do when I was in like elementary school. Stick it to the back. So then it'll kind of be a little pop-up. But before I do that, let me do this. This is what I like to do. Oh, this is pretty damn cute. This is pretty cute. Let me fix this little bit. I covered the Y down here. Maybe if I cut this in half, then I can do another one of those little fun things on the back. And another fun thing you can do is like tape it here, and then like, do I have a big one somewhere? Like this. You could like tape it along the top and then make something that flips up. That's pretty awesome. Or I could do it here and then make something that flips out. Ooh, that'd be super cute actually, wouldn't it? Oh well, I kind of already cut this. Where am I gonna put it? Don't know. Hi, Tifa. I'm gonna show you, so you just put it here. Then I'm gonna put a cute little door on it. Just like that. And then with the other side, you tape it as well to give it some extra support. Like so. And then you have this little flip out. Whoop, whoop. So this is my water tracker. So under here, I'm going to put my little dot. Well, shit, I can't see. I still am not hitting my water goals for every day. I'd like to try to focus on that more because I truly feel like I am a more joyful person when I'm drinking more water. The less water I drink, the more grouchy I seem to get. Okay, there's that. All right, let's start filling this sucker out, shall we? I need to email my cover designer because they made changes to my cover for book 2 and it's gorgeous. I'm very happy with it. I just need to let them know that I'm totally happy with how it is. They don't have to do anything else. I just have to finish the darn book now to give them the dimensions. All right, so there's my pet care filled out. Go to Jewelers. Oh, so some of the things I need to do this week. So pick giveaway winner. So remember to go enter that giveaway if you want a chance to win a Wordsworth planner. There's a couple people that I need to email. I'd also like to post on Patreon and post a video. Oh, so on Tuesday I need to water the plants. Let's try to draw a plant, shall we? Let's draw one in a jar. Okay, that's a weird flower, but I drew it, so I need to write this week. Goodness gracious, I need to write. I haven't been writing. Friday was the last day I wrote, so I need to do that. I need to film a video for my patrons. I'm doing a Q&A for them. And then down here on Sunday, I have my counseling. And then I usually say exercise, but I'm gonna skip that since my shoulder is injured. And I'm just gonna say write, because obviously I'm not doing that. And let's say meditate, because I totally got out of my meditation practice, but I love when I meditate. It feels so good. And I think if I meditate and attend counseling once a week, that's going to help my mental health so much. Oh, self-care. Boom. All right. Well, I think this looks awesome. I think this is really fun with my little strawberries here. maybe I have a couple more that I can tape down. I should. If I ever get a Cricut machine, that would be pretty awesome. So like I've learned that a Cricut machine can kind of like pre-cut stickers for you. So if you are one of those people that likes to order stickers from like Etsy or something, I would guess that many of those people have a Cricut machine or something similar, because you can like program it to do the sticker cuts for you, and that would be so cool. They're a little bit pricey though, so right now that's not very realistic. It'd be fun though in the future, so I don't have to cut things anymore. Good enough. I like that better because then it's like a, you know, a paper finish instead of like a glossy tape finish. So there you have it, friends. So just going to show you again my weekly reflection with accomplishments, struggles, and lessons that I learned. I'm going to try to do a daily doodles challenge. So actually, I should put that on my to-do list for every day to doodle. Cool. All right. So that's what we have here. And then we have my weekly spread for the week of June 10th through June 16th. So I hope you guys enjoyed this random chatty weekly plan with me. I've really been enjoying doing these bullet journal videos. I find it very therapeutic, very relaxing. I mean, obviously, because I've been talking for an hour and a half, I got problems. So I'm going to quickly wrap this up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to enter into my giveaway if you want your very own Wordsworth planner. And I will be seeing you guys in my next video. Bye, everybody.